Luckily, there's plants in our garden.
It's a plumbing drone.
Okay, so we are going to stop at 12:30. Is that right? For an hour. Right, far away.
Kia ora koutou, ko Jackie Hibbs toku ingoa. I'm the manager for active recreation with the Rec Sports and Events Unit, and of course I'm sure you all know Nigel Cox, Head of Service. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to come present the unit report and take this opportunity to acknowledge my colleagues who also contributed to the report, which really just shows the breadth of the work that we do, with the goal of getting more people more active more often and creating happier, healthier and more connected or better connected communities. This report covers the financial year of FY24 and also gives a little bit of insight into the start of this financial year. The report is framed under the 4 pillars of our physical recreation and sports strategy implementation plan, and those 4 pillars are participation, partnership, people and places. We'll take the report as read, however, we'd just like to highlight a few areas in particular and then leave it open for questions. And just want to front load with, if there are any questions around parakiori, we will be delivering a report to Council next week on the 17th, which will specifically give an update in that space.
Brilliant, thank you.
The first 2 areas that I'd like to highlight are in the active recreation space, and the first one is in swim education, which is on page 5 of the report, and the focus on reaching tamariki and rangatahi in high deprivation areas. So we do this across 2 programs. The first is the in-school program, which is the Water Skills for Life program. We've been administering this for the past 14 years on behalf of council, private aquatic providers and Christchurch schools. It's funded by Water Safety New Zealand, Rata and Tūmanawa, and it's focused on schools that are equity index of 432 and above. So that is, if you remember the decile rating system, that is similar to decile 1 to 6, so low decile schools is the focus. This year we had over 7,900 complete the program across both council and private providers, and next year we're targeting or aiming to have over 8,000 tamariki and rangatahi complete the program. So particularly focused on years 1 through to years 8. The other area I just wanted to highlight in that space is our after-school program as well, also focused on high deprivation, and that's in partnership with the Methodist Mission, Paiora Ki Waitaha, and coming on board in term 1 is Te Pua Waitanga. And these organisations identify the tamariki and wrap support around the tamariki, particularly those that have never had lessons, so never had swim education lessons. We've had 140 tamariki through the program, so it's 20 lessons over 2 terms. And we also support with, where needed, togs, goggles, bus cards, and swim passes for whānau to swim at the same time as the child having the lesson. In term 1, we've got 60, we're going to trial it through the school holiday programs, and we've also got spaces for 60 tamariki to come through the program in term 1. Second area I want to highlight in the active recreation space is community engagement. So this is on page 16 of the report, particularly focused on those most at risk of physical inactivity, particularly Māori and Pacifica. So a couple of areas that I wanted to highlight are where we're focused on the government 5+5+5 priorities. So in addition to the 5 health targets, it's the 5 most common causes of death and the 5 modifiable behaviours. Our focus is on the physical activity lens and working with partners where they can focus on the education side of things. So 2 examples in this space is our working again with the Paiora Ki Waitaha group. Now they're a healthy lifestyles promotion service that replaced the green prescription program a couple of years ago. The 4 organisations are Purapura Whetū Trust, Tangata Atamutu Trust, Whānau Whānaki and Waitaha Primary Health. The examples of how we support this program is through program delivery, We offer free swimming between the hours of 9 and 3 p.m, which is what we did with the green prescription program as well. And also, so that's for the Pai Ora clients. We also developed a community organisation membership. So typically memberships to our pools are for an individual. So this was for each organisation because they're bringing multiple clients per week to either the pools, group fitness classes or fitness centres. It's also an opportunity to hear the voice of the community as well, and through that and the relationships that we have with these groups, we've been able to bring that voice back to our centres and made some changes to our processes and services to make it more accessible. The other area that I wanted to highlight, which isn't on the report but it's evolving and it's along the same lines, is with Te Papahaora Health Precinct and Te Whata Ora. So looking at a more cohesive way of working together and leveraging off national and local led campaigns. So an example in this space is we're looking at health screening in our centres and running it alongside some activity programs. So that's particularly focused on cancer, diabetes, heart disease, smoke-free, arthritis. So that's an evolving space, but that's what we've got coming up in the new year as well. Finally, on page 22, I just want to acknowledge some of the amazing mahi that some of our staff have been recognised for by the sector, particularly Nick Weir, who got the Emerging Facilities Management Professional of the Year award. Harry Roberts and Ben Rosker, who at the time of writing this report were finalists for the Recreation Aotearoa awards, and both individuals actually won the award. So Harry for the Emerging Leader of the Year, he's our swim education team leader at Matatiki, and Ben Rosker for the Paul Stewart Memorial Award for Excellence in Facility Management, and Ben is one of my colleagues and Operations Manager. Also Kate Taylor and Jamie Hinton, who were finalists in the same awards sector for Outstanding Event for Odyssey 2024, and then also acknowledging two of our swim education tutors who competed at the Paris 2024 Paralympics. Thank you.
Excellent. That very, very good. Celeste, Tim, then Kelly.
Thank you. It was a great report, and also just want to acknowledge how incredible our facilities are across the city. We're very lucky. Commenting on one of them, which I think is pretty incredible, is Puna Taiwana. Excuse me. I'm just looking at the numbers there, and it's quite a credible achievement. What that facility has achieved. Looking to the future, because obviously it's batting above the averages at the moment for a council facility, but it's also competing against private facilities. Have we looked at the budgets for making sure that we can continue developing that facility so that we can continue growing? Because I see that the revenue's been going up, but it's also, my understanding is there isn't much budget for developing that facility further in the future. So are we going to be looking at that as part of sort of the long-term plan for that facility?
My understanding turned to go, yes, we want to keep developing and refreshing He Puna Taiwana and the way that it's delivered. In terms of the last LTP, I think it was raised about whether there was any investigation of further development increasing He Puna Taiwana. At the time it wasn't supportive, so we haven't planned to do any more work in that space until the next LTP, or we receive direction from councillors. At the moment we'll keep operating the facility as it is and keep refreshing it and trying to keep it being, a fantastic destination for New Brighton.
Okay.
Can we just note for an action, just getting a bit more information on the budgets around that? Because I think potentially it's something we might want to revisit. If the facility itself continues to make more money, yet we're hamstringing it in terms of its advertising budget and the development budget, then I think that's something that councillors might need to understand better before we make any decisions around that. So just further information on that would be helpful.
Okay.
Can I just add, maybe have a look at the charges as well for out of towners, because it's still quite low.
Yeah. Tim's turn. Tim.
Thank you. To Nigel and Jiggy, thank you very much. And looking at the content involved in the report, you guys cover a hell of a lot. So I see one of the other team hiding up the back there. So thank you to all that you do. I really like the initiative for swimming. It's the only sport that'll save our lives, and we live in a number of islands with a whole lot of rivers, so it's a really good initiative. So thank you for that. One thing I'd really like, you mentioned, Jackie, the partnership with other initiatives from other organisations. It'd be really good to kind of keep that fresh and give us updates on that. It'd be great to see some more reporting from you guys. I know it's an incredibly diverse and wide area you manage. I see that's why you're probably going grey, Nigel, but that's okay. But yeah, so thank you very much for that. But that's an initiative I'd really like to keep an eye on. So thank you very much for taking that up. Cheers.
Thank you.
Carol?
Yeah, thanks guys, great report, and thanks for the work you do in swim education as well. I think it's absolutely fantastic. My question is just around lane availability for schools during the day, and also is that linked to tutor availability, or do schools bring their own tutors, or can they bring their own tutors?
So lane availability, we do, it depends, but we do have spaces available if there's still schools that want to come into the Water Skills for Life program, so we do have availability. We provide the tutors. We do support out in school pools as well. Some choose to do it themselves. We do provide the support of teaching in school pools also.
Yeah, but so if a school had some lane space available, if you had lane space available and the school bought their own tutor, like they're paying for it privately, I guess that would increase the ability for you guys to work on other people, but would that work? I mean, do you need to use your own tutors?
We have never been asked that question before. We don't not have enough tutors, so we could deliver the program. And then it would come down to just, is it under the Water Skills for Life program? Are the tutors qualified, for as an example? So it'd be a conversation we'd have with the school directly if we were approached.
Okay, so there's plenty of tutors and plenty of lane space, basically.
At this point, there is.
Yeah, okay.
There's enough. I wouldn't say plenty, but there's enough. We can take more schools if schools were wanting lessons.
Okay, thank you.
Mark, please.
Thank you. Great work, great report. Really cool to see my local up there on the screen. And it's been great to watch the schools that are so close to that actually coming across the road and actually getting something which they never had before, so great. Just wanted to sort of query how the relationship's going with the private swim schools. Is that on track and working well?
We actually, Tina, who's the swim education manager, has just started up a local monthly connection with all the local providers, private providers.
Yep.
So that's just that's about building relationships and sharing the good and the bad. It's a healthy relationship.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yep. Excellent. And I just want to also give a shout out to your events team. The Christchurch Street Sprint was an example where we managed to introduce staff to interact directly with the organisers there, and thank you for that. And hopefully we can get that landed and be a huge success. So thank you for your help.
Okay, so a lot of positive stuff there. And I must say, Mary and I have been going around and seeing the swimming pools especially, as well as other rec centres over the last month. And it blows your mind how much actually, it's not just a pool with some people looking at it and there's no one in it. There's a lot happening with people training kids, young kids. It's good. It's very good to see. Nigel, just one question. I get asked quite often about out at Ngāti the wind. Can we? I know we've planted some native trees there. Can we plant some? And dare I say it before I get shot? Pine trees there for a short period of time to protect the native trees until they grow taller, just to stop the wind, or is that? Are we?
I'm happy to answer that question on behalf of Parks, but I'll leave it for them.
We actually have planted some small kind of macrocarpa type hedging around that, but it's going to take some time to get established and provide some kind of break.
Yeah, because it'll make your trees will make your.
We are looking into every possible option, but it's a very difficult site.
Yeah, what are they calling those? Something or other, Leyland pines that grow 5 metres? No, don't. Okay, right. We've got a mover and seconder, and I'll put that motion as fantastic report. Thank you very, very much.
I've got a couple of remarks.
Yes, remark away.
Team, I just wanted to publicly acknowledge you for the amazing agility that you had when I had a yarn to Nigel few months back actually, asking about mental health programs within the facilities. Jackie, you actually actioned it, and it's phenomenal. There were 16 that turned up from all over the city that come to Pioneer and went through a mental health program, and they were actually sharing similar issues. And now the facilities have been somewhat as a hub for mental well-being and physical well-being at the same time. So thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do in the future. You know I'm a frequenter of this area and use the gym and pool. So thank you so much for everything. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, just you're doing great. The swimming lessons, my daughter's been doing them for ages now, and she keeps getting more and more confident. But even through the school, like they paid $30 to go 5 times in a week, including the bus there and back, and I thought that was brilliant. So it's just a fantastic service, and also parents would talk about the quality of the swimming lessons from our school, our swim. Yeah, they are as good, if not better, than private providers. And I think you do excellent work.
I mean, I just wanted to acknowledge the good work that the team has done, and it's really good to get the report. Just wanted to just highlight your success in bidding for the different events, like with the Masters National Touch Champs, the Open Trans-Tasman Touch Champ, and especially the Special Olympics coming, which will be really exciting for the city. And I know they had a launch yesterday that unfortunately we couldn't go to as elected members, although the Mayor, I know, provided a letter or some words of support. So, so I just wanted to acknowledge your work around those events and just encourage you that if there are things that you think we need to do to make sure that we can be really accessible for things like the Special Olympics, that, you feel free to come to us with any requests for things that we can do to enhance that event experience. Cool. Thanks.
Thank you, Yanni. And with that, I'll put that motion. All those in favour? Aye. Against? Thank you. Very much carried. And see you back here at 1:30.